Greetings, boxing fans. Y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know who it is. It was refreshing to see Deontay Wilder in the ring last night versus tyrrell herndon. It was, even though he hadn't won in 3 years, last night that seventh round TKO was quite refreshing. I did want to see a beautiful right hand knockout, but we didn't get to see that. Um, I did think the seventh round knockout, TKO, was a little prematurely done, but I'll take whatever we could take. But let me get into this fight. Let me start off by saying, let me talk about a little bit of box rec of both fighters. Deontay Wilder, um, his last five fights, he lost four out of his last five fights, where tyrrell herndon won four out of his last five fights. Total opposite, right? Total opposite. Okay, so Deontay Wilder, again, he hadn't won in 3 years. So we looking at, hey man, this is like a redemption fight, comeback fight. Hey, let's put him back in contention. He really need this fight to get in contention. All right, what he's gonna do? Um, his long-term friend, you know, Malik Scott, he had to replace him as coach, and he got a guy, Don House, who's always been in their camp. He went ahead and promoted him as coach. And here we go. Jay Diaz has always been on his team, stayed in his team, still there as manager, right? So went ahead and boom, there we go. There's no bad blood between him and Malik Scott. He's just, if I'm not mistaken, he's probably still in the camp somewhere. He's still there, still his brother. He just had to make some changes, okay? So, boom. There you go. Don House was his coach. So, went ahead and planned this fight just to get back, just get his feet wet, just to see what he could do. And in Wichita, Kansas. And I like the way he started this particular fight, man. Very poised. And started off with the jab, man. I like that, man. I like that. Very poised, just throwing that jab out there, and just trying to see what Herndon was going to fall for. Herndon wasn't trying to fall for anything. Herndon looked like he was kind of paranoid. He looked like he wasn't going to just jump out there for anything crazy. He looked like he was scared of that right hand. He looked like he was very paranoid, himself. He looked like, nah, dude, I ain't going for it. So Deontay Wilder was just throwing out that, throwing out those jabs and very poised. Every now and then, he'll throw out something kind of crazy out there, just, they're wild, one of those wild ones. But hey, it's Deontay Wilder. It is what it is. But very poised, taking his time, throwing out jabs, and just trying to box him, you know, just doing what he could do. And I like that he was taking his time. And this particular fight, boxing him all the way into the seventh round, and took him. I mean, he was landing some nice ones on him. I say Terrell, every time he barely touched Terrell Herring would go to the ground. Just Terrell just couldn't handle anything with a glimpse of power. He'll fall to the ground like shit. He was just he was just anticipating. He was anticipating what was gonna come right behind it. You know, so all the way until the seventh round, where the referee just said, you know what, we had enough, and end up stopping it. I would say, hey, this was a great glimpse of what we have coming with Deontay Wilder, who's actually getting up there in age. Uh, our brother's getting up there in age, but still, we saw a lot from him last night. This was great. I think this was a great fight. This is you know, we saw a great glimpse of him and what he has to come. All he has to do is build off of it. Um, Great boxer, man. He's using his range. He's using his jab. He's using what we have to give Malik Scott credit for. And Don, like I said, Don House is building off of it. So, you know, and it just has to continue. He just has to continue. He was in tremendous shape. And I think last night he came in the ring at 225. So, I mean, that's where he weighed in at the day before. So I would like to think that he was around, on or around the same weight. So, like I said, tremendous fight. Got his feet wet after being out of the ring for about a year. So it was a great fight. Good to see Deontay Wilder back in there. It puts excitement back in there. Bomb Squad back in there. Uh, I think the fans, supporters missed him. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's just not the same without Deontay Wilder. I'm definitely a supporter of his, and I rock with the Bomb Squad 100%. If you were looking for something negative to come out of my mouth about Deontay Wilder, you can forget it. I'm rocking with D 100% over here. 100% over here. Win, lose, or draw. I'm a Bomb Squad supporter. And with that being said, great fight by Deontay Wilder. Um, like I said, this is one of those fights, just to see what he had in the tank. And I'm sure from right here, they're going to build on it. Tyrrell Herndon didn't seem to take much chances in there with Deontay Wilder. He was in there just to see. He was in there, and he ain't want to take much chances, man. He ain't want to go out on that stretcher. He looked scared. He fought scared, and he wasn't. He wanted to, I guess, say, hey, I lasted with Deontay Wilder. It was one of those type of fights, just to say, hey, I lasted with Deontay Wilder. I ain't get stretched out. But, you know, nevertheless, he was still a TKO. The referee saw enough and was willing to stop it. And the fight was stopped. So, yeah, he didn't last the entire rounds. But it was a great fight for a Friday night. It was a great fight for a Friday night. I'm sure all the boxing fans appreciated it. You know, and I'm sure Deontay Wilder's next fight, I'm sure Turkey Al-Sheikh and the Prime Minister is going to pick it up. I'm sure he's going to go to Saudi with his next fight because they love Deontay Wilder over there in Saudi Arabia. They love heavyweight fights, especially if you knock the dude head off. And I don't mean that literally, man. I don't want to see two guys, hurt each other. But this is it's the brutal sport, and we as supporters, we want to see a little bit of blood here and there. We want to see a little bit of brutality sometimes. That's just what it is. So it is what it is, man. And at the end of the day, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you're not already a subscriber. And Deontay Wilder, after not winning for 3 years, got a great win. Uh, Great fight. I just would have wanted to see a nice right hand knockout. We didn't get to see that. We did get a TKO. We did get a good win. Um, but this was a good one for the books. We'll build on from this one. Um, we still got a whole half a year left, so I'm sure he'll get. Hopefully, he won't wait a whole year to get another one in. We'll get another one in for the end of the year. Possibly in December we can get another one in, um, and that'll be great for all of his supporters. To see him back in the ring before the end of the year, and that'll be great for all of us, man. That'll be great for all of us. And that be said, and, with that being said, y'all already know who it is. Y'all already know who it is. And with that being said, I'm out here. Peace in the Middle East. And I'm out. Yeah. Damn. And that's how it ended right there, boy. He was doing that boy dirty like that, boy, all day. He's doing that boy dirty like that.